Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. Got the public betting guide for MLB and college football today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Braves and Nationals. 86% of the bets are on the Braves minus 1.5. 94% of the money on the over 9.5. Diamondbacks and Yankees, 60% of the money on the Diamondbacks money line. Angels and Twins, 65% of the money on the Twins minus 1.5. The 50-50 on the over 7.5. And then 67% of the money or the bets are on the Twins money line. Rockies and Cubs, 81% of the money on the Cubs minus 1.5. 80% of the money or of the bets are on the under 8.5, and then 59% of the money on the Cubs money line. Mets and Phillies, 67% of the bets are on the Phillies minus 1.5 to 50-50 on the over under, and then 97% of the money on the Phillies money line. No info on the Tigers and A's. White Sox and Red Sox, 67% of the bets are on the Red Sox minus 1.5, 98% of the money on the under 8.5, and then 71% of the money on the White Sox money line. Blue Jays and Rays, 98% of the money on the Blue Jays plus 1.5, and then 51% of the money on the Rays money line. Brewers and Marlins, it's a 50-50 on the spread, 99% of the money on the under 7, and then 71% of the money on the Brewers money line. Orioles and Guardians, 96% of the money on the Orioles minus 1.5. And then 93% of the bets are on the Orioles money line. Pirates and Reds, 60% of the bets are on the Reds money line. Mariners and Rangers, it's a 50-50 on the spread. 65% of the money on the over 8.5. And then 99% of the money on the Mariners money line. No info on the Royals and Astros. Cardinals and Padres, 67% of the bets are on the Padres minus 1.5, and then 99% of the money on the on the under 8.5, and then no info on the Giants and Dodgers. Usually early in the morning, you don't get the best info. You'll have a lot of stuff that's blank. College football, I'm just going to go over some matchups, not a lot, because there's just like a million games here. It would be an insanely long video. But Oklahoma, Cincinnati, 69% of the money on Cincinnati plus 13.5, 55% of the money on the over 56.5, and then 62% of the money on Cincinnati money line. Florida State, Clemson, 55% of the money on Florida State minus 2, 86% of the money on the over 55, and then 54% of the money on Florida State money line. If you see any matchups you like, you could pause the video and look at them. Ole Miss and Bama, 55% of the money on Ole Miss plus 7, 65% of the money on the under 56, and then 97% of the money on Ole Miss money line. Duke and UConn, 75% of the money on UConn plus 22, 83% of the money on the under 45, and then 83% of the money on UConn money line. Colorado, Oregon, 73% of the money on Oregon minus 21.5, 63% of the money on the over 70, and then 96% of the money on Colorado money line. Miami and Temple, 89% of the money on Miami minus 23.5, 63% of the money on the over 45.5, and then 91% of the money on Temple money line. UCLA and Utah, 64% of the bets are on Utah minus 3.5. 53% of the bets are on the over 52, and then 89% of the money on UCLA money line. Let's see. Oregon State, Washington State, 60% of the money on Oregon State minus 3, 60% of the money on the under 58, and then 84% of the money on Washington State money line. Texas and Baylor, 54% of the money on Texas minus 16.5, 86% of the money on the under 49, and then 94% of the money on Baylor money line. Penn State, Iowa, 52% of the money on Iowa plus 14.5, 77% of the money on the over 38.5, and then 60% of the money on Penn State money line. Georgia, 99% of the money on the over 55, 73% of the money on the Georgia minus 40.5. And then I'll end it with Ohio State Notre Dame. 70% of the money on Notre Dame plus 3.5, 53% of the money on the under 56, and then 72% of the money on Notre Dame money line. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.